Today's the day. 5 years. And yet, feels like it was just yesterday. 5 bloody years. There's no use trying to get some kip. I might as well get up and get on with it. They used to say that Midnight Cove was a city that never wakes up. Just another boring shithole of a town forgotten by God's touch. Now take a look at it. This place has become a blooming dumping ground. Those chimneys, all those clattering engines, always roaring. It's enough to make a man sick.
City, a rock star among businessmen. He is Maurice Merrick.
Good evening, everybody.
We are so glad to have you here on the show, Maurice.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure is all ours, Maurice. Let's dive right in, shall we? Your reputation as a successful businessman precedes you. Pray tell our lovely audience what have you been up to recently?
Well, thank you for the kind words. But first, I shall say, I've been in the industry for over 2 decades now, primarily focused on manufacturing and metalwork. You see, Volcanicite is a game changer for businessmen like me. It allowed us to explore technology beyond our wildest dreams. But lately, I've been innovating further in the artistic field, as incredible as it may sound. You see, when technology, science, and art come together, you are able to manufacture the most exquisite and finest forms of tools, machines, furniture, vehicles, and buildings. In fact, we are testing the concept in our own installations. We are very close to opening up a showroom in our main office.
Impressive, Maurice. The factories must be quite the marvels to admire. Can you give us a glimpse into the world of volcanicite metalwork?
Absolutely. We pride ourselves on craftsmanship and precision. Our skilled artisans work meticulously to forge intricate designs and sturdy structures. Whether it's just a decorative type of work or industrial-grade fabrications, we strive for excellence in every piece that leaves our non-stopping factories.
Incredible. It does actually sound like a blend of artistry and industrial expertise. How do you manage to maintain such high standards in an...
Oh, Catherine, my love. I miss you so much, my darling. My sweet Clara. The day both of you left, a piece of my soul departed as well.
Good evening, dear listeners. We are agreeable then.
It's already late. But first I need a pint or two. Can't find the nerve to face that cold tombstone in my right mind. Emily!
Well, well, well. If it isn't Benjamin Layton himself. What have you been up to, handsome?
Are you alright? Where the bloody hell have you been is a far better question, don't you think?
Yeah, I know. It's just... I really had to take care of some... things. But anyway, I'm back and everything is fine and dandy now.
If you say so. The folks around here were quite worried, you know. Alright, it doesn't matter. I'm glad you're fine, so... Will you be staying put? And by the way, what are you doing here at such hours in this bloody weather? You know it's dangerous.
Hush. Believe me, I'm quite aware of the dangers of the night. But a woman with my talents knows well how to handle herself with ease. Well, I was just passing by to let you know that a little birdie told me someone's been looking for you at the Rusty Crow. And I thought, you know, how about a little crime-solving adventure? Like the good old days. So, what do you say, Ben?
What? Are you being serious right now? You're mocking me, aren't you? Why on earth would I care about that? As you damn well know. I'm done with that business. It ruined my life, in case you hadn't noticed. You are bringing me nothing but trouble, girl.
What? Oh, hold your horses, mate. Don't be forgetting who was there for you when you were down and out. It was me, innit? Going day after day dragging your ass to the shower and all, when you wouldn't lift a finger for yourself. Show a bit of respect, will ya? Don't need to be such an ass about it. Could just say no thanks.
Not now, Emily. This day. It's been dreadful, so stop annoying me with such nonsense. I cannot say I'm in my right mind at this moment. Just let's stop this conversation and better talk another time. Goodbye for now. Today's the day. 5 years. And yet, feels like it was just yesterday. 5 bloody years. There's no use trying to get some kip. I might as well get up and get on with it. They used to say that Midnight Cove was the city that never wakes up. Just another boring shithole of a town forgotten by God's touch. Now take a look at it. This place has become a blooming dumping ground. Those chimneys, all those clattering engines, always roaring. It's enough to make a man sick. punch my
guest
tummy.
leave you spellbound. He is one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our
Day both of you
city.
left.
A rock star among
Piece of my soul
businessmen.
departed as well.
He is Maurice Merrick.
Good evening, everybody.
We are so glad to have you here on the show, Maurice.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
The pleasure is all ours, Maurice. Let's dive right in, shall we? You're ready.
It's already late. But first I need a pint or two. Can't find the nerve to face that cold tombstone in my right mind. Emily!
Well, well, well. If it isn't Benjamin Layton himself. What have you been up to, handsome?
Are you alright? Where the bloody hell have you been is a far better question, don't you think?
Yeah, I know. It's just... I really had to take care of some... things. Well, anyway, back and everything is fine and dandy now.
If you say so. The folks around here were quite worried, you know. Alright, it doesn't matter. I'm glad you're fine, so... Will you be staying put? And by the way, what are you doing here at such hours in this bloody weather? You know it's dangerous.
Hush. Believe me, I'm quite aware of the dangers of the night. But a woman with my talents knows well how to handle herself with ease. Well, I was just passing by to let you know that a little birdie told me someone's been looking for you at the Rusty Crow. And I thought, you know, how about a little crime-solving adventure? Like the good old days. So, what do you say, Ben?
Pray tell, do you know who that might be? You are aware I left that line of work a while ago, right? After what happened to my family, I just lost my spirit. Still, if it's a straightforward affair, one that can be solved without too much trouble, then perhaps I shall consider it. Bit of extra quid's never hurt anyone.
Splendid! A bit of excitement from the new case shall lift your spirits for sure. I know it. Even if it's just a trifling one. A cranky old chap.
Aye, maybe you are correct. Well, let us be on our way then, shall we?
So, Ben. It's good to see you again. How's life been treating you? You seem to be on the mend, I hope?
I suppose you're right. I've certainly had my share of ups and downs. More downs, though. That's just how life goes, isn't it? I'm just more relaxed, taking it one day at a time, love. So, how about you? How's your mother doing? Last time we spoke, you mentioned her illness.
I see. Well, she passed 2 months after I arrived. The physicians couldn't put a finger on what was wrong with her. It was quite bizarre, to be honest. And yeah, I could say I'm doing just fine, mate.
Oh, my sincere condolences, love. I know deep down, in a way, she cared for you. A parent always cares, even if they stray away from the path at times.
Thanks, Ben. But anyway, I ain't too sure she had much of a path in life at all. She did some good deeds for me, sure. She even left me her old apartment in the Blue Commons. But you know, Ben, mostly what comes to mind is just awful memories.
It's rather nice to hear that she left you her old place. Oh, God, let's not be too harsh about her. We all made mistakes.
No, Ben. There's no excuse. The way that woman took advantage of me, you know? Taught me my trade. Made me do things that no child should ever be forced to do. And then profited off of it. What kind of sick mother does that? Huh? What kind of mother teaches her daughter how to please men's filthiest desires, being just a child? Huh? It's bloody disgusting. So, no, Ben. That's a mistake I would never forgive. Whatever. Now she is gone, and I cannot say I shed a single tear for her death. In fact, I'd say I was glad she died the way she did. Painfully, coughing her lungs out, choking in her own putrid blood. Anyway, I'm sure brighter days will be ahead. Let's just move on and forget about that sick old lady, shall we?
Emily, my dear, I know, and I beg your pardon if my words caused such distress to you, bringing up those awful memories. My intentions were well-meaning, you know that. All right, let's not dwell on it any further. Pray tell, do you have any other notes about who was inquiring about me at the Rusty Crow? What should we expect when we get there?
Thanks, Ben. Well, my source, Lloyd, vaguely told me about it. So it goes like this. I just arrived in the city an hour ago or so, and I went for a pint and we had a bit of a chat. And then he briefly let slip that someone was shouting and asking for you, specifically for you. Didn't say much about it though. So, naturally, he asked me if I had any clue what was going on with you. Hadn't seen you for a while, and yeah, that's pretty much all I know.
Weird. Well, what he said is true. I haven't seen him in a while. You see, some days have been so dreadful for me to go out that I realised it's better for the scotch to come to me rather than the other way around. So I paid a young lad to bring me the bottles.
Oh dear Lord. You're unbelievable. Drunk and lazy.
I know. It's embarrassing. I am quite curious, though. With such a desperate demeanour, it could be a delicate matter. Or perhaps it's just a typical missing dog or cat case? Well, the plot thickens.
You can be such a buffoon at times. Well, we shall see what the matter is about once we arrive at the pub and start working our craft. Instead of just gossiping about it like some pompous posh ladies.
Indeed, my dear Emily. Indeed.
cat lady over there.
Hey, it's been a long time, Lloyd.
Oh, Mr. Layton. Long time indeed. Something to drink?
Just give me a pint for now. We have business to talk about.
Oh dear. All right, a pint it is. And for your companion?
Hey, Emily, what's your poison?
Oh, just a pint for me. Thank you.
You heard the lady.
Splendid. 2 pints coming right up. So, Mr. Layton, may I assume that the lady already informed you about the poor lad that was desperately inquiring about your whereabouts?
Indeed, Lloyd. All right, Lloyd just implied it was a man, so the cat lady scratched. All right, Lloyd, let's get to the point. Pray tell me who's been inquiring after me, what the bloody hell the chap wanted from me, and why he was in such utter distress, and where is he? Tell me everything you know so far.
Well, Mr. Layton, I must say I don't rightly know what this fuss is all about. Just that this poor chap was roaming the streets in great distress, asking people for help and mentioning your fine name, sir. At some point, he came into the pub and asked for you. I was in a bit of a shock. 2 constables were lounging at a nearby table, yet they didn't seem to bat an eye. I'm afraid it all felt a bit queer.
I can't say I'm quite keen on this case. The way you tell the events, there's something about it. And those constables, something obscure is going on. I guess it's about time for me to get back into business. I'm not thrilled about it, you see. First, let's proceed with caution. Now, Lloyd, pray try to remember. Is there anything else you can recall? Any other detail that could be useful?
Oh, well, Mr. Layton, you see, there was a peculiar thing I did notice. So, after this poor soul left, just a few minutes later, the 2 constables went out the door in the same direction this man went. They were very silent. They just left the quids for the drinks on the table and quietly left the pub. Isn't that a bit odd?
It's shady, I must admit. And I'm afraid these sorts of situations don't ever turn out well. Fair enough. Let's not linger on it any longer until we got the facts. I think I need some sleep for a change. So I must take my leave. Emily, is your old place in fine condition to spend the night in? I mean, for you.
Oh, no. That place is a mess and in great need of attention. But don't you worry about it, handsome. Oi, Lloyd, do you have any spare room upstairs for me to use just for tonight?
Of course, me lady. And don't you worry about the cost. The weather has been quite awful the whole evening, and seeing as though you're just arriving. So please, be my guest and get comfortable.
Hey, Lloyd, take this card. If you see that man again, give it to him. There's my contact number and my address.
Of course, Mr. Layton. I will.
Keep me posted if you hear something new, will you, love?
But of course. You know I will, big guy.
Excuse me. Good evening, Detective.
Madam?
everything you need, Doc.
Ветер в полах ревагует, Микки баги сюда болит, Эсни старера роха, Ох, как было перещада, Айда, Диду, дида, дида, диду, дибеда, Дида, 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 диду, дибеда. Ветер в поле так и вагонит, По простору сквозь леса и долы, Песни
Take care, friend, and remember, Ivako always has what you need.
довольны, Светлой жизни звезда добыта.
Hey, it's been too long, I'm afraid. You know how hard it is for me to stand here. I miss you dearly, every day that goes by. My sweet Clara. Catherine, my love. Those bastards. What they did to you is unspeakable. Carl and I, we misjudged how wicked and depraved they could be, and how deep we were ensnared in the mud. Here, to both of you, I promise they will pay. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but they will pay. Bloody hell! Who are you? What do you want? Show your face!
Detective. Stop your efforts before you hurt yourself or your loved ones. If you still have any of those left, this will be my only warning. Pistols, schnell!
Hey, what's going on, little fella? Where'd you come from? Are you hungry? I'm afraid I don't have any food to give you right now. Gonna have to make that right.